Hello YouTube and fellow Legend of Zelda fans, I'm Keith One Shot, and I'm very excited to discuss what I think will unfold and things I would like to experience in Nintendo's soon-to-be instant classic, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, which is launching with the Nintendo Switch on March 3rd, and has thousands of loyal fans ready to jump back into the land of Hyrule as their favorite hero Link, in what looks to be another breathtaking adventure. But is this just another adventure for Link, or will this story be one like we've never experienced before? Sit back, pack plenty of potions, equip your favorite sword and shield, iron your best tunic, and get ready to test your courage more than you ever have before, because this is Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Story to Unfold, and I'm your host, Keith One Shot. Every time Nintendo releases a new Zelda game, a few things are always bound to happen. 1. Hype for days. 2. A very happy Keith One Shot, who will buy whatever system the game appears on, just to play that one game. And legions of die-hard fans casting their theories on where oh where the new game will appear on the timeline. Even before Nintendo released their official Legend of Zelda timeline, fans have always tried linking these games together to create an overarching story. And so my personal opinion is that this new game has offered a unique opportunity, and after viewing all of the content that's been shown to us so far, and discussing with friends and listening to fellow Legend of Zelda theorists, as well as my personal memories of the gameplay themselves, I've decided that Breath of the Wild will be featured at the end of all three timelines at the same time. What I mean by that is I think this game will truly link all the timelines together in a convergence event of sorts, which would offer Nintendo a chance to break the curse set by Demise so many centuries ago in Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I've come to this theory after seeing so many subtle elements in Breath of the Wild that are exclusive to certain timelines and yet aren't in the other timelines at the same time. Many have pointed out the appearance of the Korok, who seem to be spread across all of Hyrule in some sort of collectible fashion, who are exclusively from the Wind Waker adult timeline. Also making an appearance by way of amiibo support is the Wolf Link, who's from the Twilight Princess timeline, as well as people have pointed out that the destroyed Castle Town seems to also similarly look like the Castle Town that we see in Twilight Princess timeline as well. Certain other things like the Temple of Time, which is often the resting place of the Master Sword and the doorway to the Sacred Realm, lying in ruins, and not housing the Bane of Evil itself, but instead it's seemingly waiting for us in what appears to be the Lost Woods on a pedestal, as it has in other timelines. And another not directly Zelda reason I think this game will be at the end of the Legend of Zelda timeline, as we know it so far, is with Nintendo Switch console. Nintendo showed us a video of the evolution of their consoles over the years, and what features they drew from each system to combine together to make the Nintendo Switch. It all came together. Similarly, with Pokemon Sun and Moon games, they advertised it as an evolution of the series over the years, and everything coming together to make Sun and Moon, and to celebrate the franchise. Another point I'd like to mention is that recently, over the past 7 years or so, Nintendo has released Skyward Sword. They completely remastered Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask on the 3DS. They did HD remakes of both the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on the Wii U, and they even created the all-new and yet spiritual successor to one of the best Zelda games of all time, A Link to the Past, with A Link Between Worlds, which I thought was a great game. And they truly have been gathering and understanding what elements made each game great over the years. I believe they will use that recent experience and apply that, the best of each game, into Breath of the Wild, and what better way than to solidify the broken timelines into one converged timeline, not floating randomly in the middle, but instead being the most recent game furthest down on the timeline itself. I truly think this could help Nintendo in many ways too, as this could be the perfect way to clear up confusion to the less knowledgeable fans and offer a good start-on point for the few or returning to the franchise fans to understand the story going forward from here. If you're asking yourself, how could three separate timelines magically reunite into one? Like, how could that possibly happen? Well, first off, there could be just that, magic. The Triforce is known to possess immense power and grant its users any wish and the ability to reshape the world. Look how Ganon himself used it many times to bend the world to his will and control all of Hyrule. We've seen time travel and interdimensional play, and even hear of Link's reawakening and resurrection after 100 years of being dead or near death. So to me, the timeline being reunited isn't as far-fetched as it may sound to others. So, could it be magic from the Triforce, a Sheikah technology, a gift from the heavens, time travel gone awry, or Ganon out to distort space-time in an effort to escape his prison in the Sacred Realm that converges the three timelines back into one? Or is it simply this? Maybe enough time has gone by in each timeline where the land slowly starts getting similar as events have played out in such a similar fashion that the events turn it into one timeline once more. Or, my favorite theory is that because of Demise's curse cycle, events are destined to be played out and repeated. Maybe it's the curse itself that has reunited these three broken timelines split since Orcan Era time, because now is the time, in Breath of the Wild, to finally defeat Ganon once and for all and truly end the curse of Demise, break the cycle and give us resolution, and offer Nintendo a chance to make future Zelda games free of the rules set in the endless path we have taken on all of our legends so far. Maybe it's time to break the repetition and end a chapter in history, and what better way to link it together than the hero of time, the same hero responsible for the timeline split in the first place, the hero who never got to taste glory of his hard work and is set back to live his life as a child in a time that didn't know him as a hero. Sure, he passed his life's teaching on to the hero of Twilight, but the hero of time could be the reuniter of time and breaker of Demise's curse, making him the greatest hero in all of Hyrule. I'm Keith One Shot. Thanks for listening to my theories. There's always more to come. Listen, like, and subscribe, and have a nice day.